Are you ready?
Born ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Heck yeah. You got some questions for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hello guys, my name's Juan Denmark. I'm about to be interviewed by someone who received their PhD. So hopefully they're smart questions. Hopefully you're entertained. Maybe you will be, maybe you won't be. Let's see.
Okay. First of all, how do you feel right now?
I feel good. I feel free. I'm in Eureka, California right now because there's this Savage Henry Comedy Festival. It's the 12th year. It's my first year doing it, so it's kind of dope. This is a cool city. They got a really dope comedy club called Savage Henry. So people from like all around the West Coast, some even from the East Coast, came out here to perform. So I just did my last show of the comedy festival. So now, yeah, we're free. You know, now I can just chill and enjoy. I got to get back on the road tomorrow. That's what comedy is, man. Fucking 7 hours of driving for 14 minutes of comedy.
7 hours for 14 minutes is an average of 2 minutes per hour of driving.
Wow. So for every hour I drive, that's 2 minutes of comedy. So it's like every minute you have to laugh. I need laughs. If I don't get laughs, then I've wasted so much money in gas money and car rentals just to not entertain people.
If you were stranded on a desert island and you could only bring 3 books with you, what 3 books would you bring?
Wow. The 4 Agreements. Just because it's such a small book and it's simple, it's like a mantra, it's like a prayer or something. Like I just read that book and it keeps me centered, and it's like, all right, even though I'm stranded and I got nothing to do, I'm not gonna kill myself. Like I'm just not man enough to do that. So I would just read that book to numb my brain. The Power Now, this is another like meditative type of book where it just basically repeats the same thing every page. I'd have that book as well. And a cookbook. I have a cookbook. So like maybe I could freak some recipes with like the fish that I catch, or I got like grass and, you know, like how can I make this taste the best? Oh, you know, turn sand into seasoning. I don't know, something weird. Like, you know, that'd be cool. Like do they have a survivor's cookbook? That'd be cool as heck. Like you're stranded, but like this is how you make a dope meal with the resources that you have.
Here's how to make a gourmet meal with sticks and berries.
Right. And it's like, this is the perfect bug to catch because this tastes like this. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty fire.
Would you survive on a desert island?
I think for a desert island.
Let's say there's a source of running water.
Okay.
And there's food, but you have to forage and you have to catch it.
Okay.
And the island's big enough that you can explore it every day for at least a month before you fully know it. And let's say it's like a temperate climate, but there are limited resources to an extent. So you have to go fishing every day.
Okay. I think so. I think I could live. I feel like I have a will to live. Like there's a part of me that I don't really enact often, but like the survival trait in me. So I feel like when I'm put in these weird positions where I have to like fend for myself, I've always fared well. So just going based off of all the prior situations I have with myself, I'm like, shit, I think I could. Like, I think I would survive. Like, it would just feel weird for me to have made it this far and to have done the things I've done and then to feel like I would just give up on life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in a situation where it's like that, I just don't believe I would just like give up living. You know what I mean? Or just like wither away. I would just keep scrimmaging the island until I found something to eat. Like, you know, I think that's closer to what I think my personality would be.
So what would make you want to give up on life or give in to despair?
what would make me want to give up on life? Like an injury where I broke like I lost both my arms, both my legs, and my dick doesn't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least if I lose my arms, my legs, and my dick works, cool. Like, I'll figure it out. But if I lose my dick too, honestly, even if I was perfectly normal and I lost my dick at a younger age, I'd be like, damn, this sucks. Like, that would make me think about it at least. I don't know if I would necessarily do it. Like, maybe I'd fight through it. Just like find love in foreplay or something, you know what I mean? Or find love in the conversation. Like, what would get me, like, can you even get off? Like, if I couldn't get off with my penis, would life be worth continuing to live? Like, if you can't orgasm and you can't pleasure your partner, would life be cool to live? Wow, I don't know. As of now, I wouldn't like life. I feel like that part is like the cap. The cap on experiences. Like, okay, I did these hard experiences. Now it's time for dessert. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just a thought. But that, maybe like a tough brain injury where I can't think anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, where I'm just bedridden. Or, you know, hey, the doctor says you have a year to live and it's going to be completely not pleasurable. You know, one of those.
What does it feel like for you to be in a creative flow?
It feels like I'm on a cloud. Like, I don't feel like I'm not present. Like, I'm present and I'm not present at the same time. So like, I don't know how to explain that, but I'll try to, where you're just you're in your flow state and you're just like, you're saying the first things that are coming to your head. Like, I'm not doing too much overthinking. It's very free. It's very comfortable. Like, people are staring at me and I'm not thinking about what they're thinking. Like, I'm lost. That's what I like. That's one of my favorite things to see in an artist is when they're just creating and they're not worried about perception at all. I like stare into their eyes. I'm like almost trying to steal their energy when they're doing that, because I'm like, I want all of that. Like, every time I see that, I need to take that. I need to take that from people. So that's one of those things that it just feels like you're just in your head and no one is around and no one can see you, and you're in your room and you're being your most organic self. Like, that feeling like when you're dancing in your room, singing to the top of your lungs, or, you know, digging in your butt, getting the wedgie out. Like, you know, when you're just doing something that you don't care, no one's watching you. That is what it feels like. It's like you don't care. Like, you're doing what you do, you know? And that's kind of what it feels like for me when I create. It's like that feeling of just like, oh, I'm just doing what I do, and there could be one person in here, there could be 100 persons in there, but like, I can't. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm in here. I'm not even in here. Yeah. So that's kind of what it feels like. I love it. Honestly, I live for it. I feel like I'm a sacrificial lamb, like, in a sense of like creativity. I feel like what I give needs to be given, and I don't need to hold on to it and be so frivolous about it. So when I'm giving it away, that's what needs to happen. So when I'm able to kind of tap into myself, then it's like, oh yeah, I'm really just sacrificing it right now, just giving it away. I love
that. Do you think COVID was beneficial for people in some form? Do you think it gave them greater access to that side of themselves where they could be themselves and just be alone?
I think the human mind is a beautiful thing. You can use it to your advantage or you can use it to your disadvantage. So I think it was beneficial for the people it was beneficial for, and for the people it wasn't beneficial for, it didn't help them at all. It kind of increased their negative aspects. So for me personally, COVID just reminded me, like I've been reminded, that life is short, and that people need to like take advantage of the moment. I need to take advantage of the moment. You know what I mean? Regardless if people do, I need to. So COVID taught me that. It taught me that, oh man, I need to figure out a way to sustain a living, and I need to express myself artistically, because I've always felt like I was artistically inclined. I just never really fully jumped in it. There was always something blocking me from being fully artistic, whether it was my job, whether it was just my lack of understanding of myself. Like there were so many things that kind of got in between that. So for me, like creating is just like what I've always done, whether I intentionally did it or not. Even when I would take pictures on Instagram, like I love my old Instagram photos, like before I did art, because I was always trying to make a scene out of something. Like I was always overthinking it, you know, and like trying to create a moment that people can like appreciate, you know. And so I've always been that type of person. So I just think COVID kind of helped me be like, yo, this is who you are, bro. Like, are you gonna do it? Or are you not gonna do it? Like I started doing my YouTube channel during COVID. Like that's when I really started doing this. That's just another thing. Like that was just like, yo, you gotta do this. Like enough is enough, bro. You know.
What part of being in the field of psychology excites you the most?
Kind of the same thing that what I like about comedy, in the sense like I get to meet people and I get to like feel like my impact on their life was significant. You know, there is a form of selfish things that I would like to take care of doing psychology, and that's one of them. Is just like I want to feel like I was important to somebody, and like, man, it was like, well, we had such a great connection. I've always moved around a lot, so I always have to make friends in different places all the time. So therapies, to me, I know you don't make your client your friend, but like, you know, being able to administer a good energy with someone is being a friend to them, regardless if it's within a professional setting or not. Mm-hmm. I still get the benefits of that connection as if it's a friend. So when I'm being in that field of psychology, it'll be like I have all these great connections with people, and it's beneficial, and it's to progress life, and it's not rooted in like you know, things that deter a person or make them not aligned with their like future. Yeah, I'm ready for psychology. I just want to talk to people, and you know, and just try to understand everybody, because everyone has like a different perspective. So I love hearing different perspectives. Like the music I was listening to today. Like I just want to hear different perspectives. Like I don't care how like extreme it is. Like if it's different, if I'm not accustomed to seeing it, then I'm with it. Like let's do it, you know.
Do you think you'll get like in trouble if you say the name of the band that you listen to? Anal
Cunt. That's the name of the band. They're hard. Like they're hard. I'm not going to name their songs, but just like look them up. And their most popular song is Wild, you know, and R.I.P. to the singer, you know, Anal Cunt, man. I'm so mad that I found out about them too late. It's over. Their band's so cool. They don't even have social media. That's, you know, and that's a part of art. That's the art of their art, is like they don't have social media. It's like, dang, that's so artistic of them. I'm like, oh, they're doing everything they're supposed to do. I can't not like them. It's hard. So shout out to Anal Cunt. Yeah.
How do you think technology is going to alter human life in like next 15 or 20 years?
That it hasn't done already?
Yeah, how do you think everyday life is going to be different?
I mean, there's babies who are being raised with iPads. You know what I mean? So, like, they're already addicted. They don't even know what it's like to not be addicted. So, they're just going to be 22, and then it's gonna be like, whoa. You know, like the ability to have these day-to-day conversations, like meeting new people, you know what I'm saying, like all these type of things that are just in a natural, at least at this point, natural everyday interaction is gonna be unsettling at first. But I mean, again, I guess what's life if you're not constantly adapting and accepting the new day? Like that's a part of being a therapist too, is like, or psychologist, whatever, is like I have to be able to constantly adapt, because that's, if I can't adapt, then the client's gonna feel that, and then they're gonna not want to get therapy from me. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's literally indicative of my professional career that I learned to adapt to it. So I mean, again, I don't think it's gonna be helpful for the way people deal with stress, maybe because they're not gonna have a human interaction. But and for me, maybe I'm a naturalist in that sense. Like I feel like things natural can fix a problem, or at least massage it and make it more dealable. So maybe that's my bias, is that I think there's natural remedies to everything, but maybe talking to your phone will be a benefit for people's mental health at some point, you know?
Is there anything about being a therapist that scares you?
Scares me. Wow. Good question. Scares me. Yes. Miscommunication. Miscommunication scares me, because people can interpret things one way and then create their own idea of what you said based on their own internal projections or their understandings of the world. So like I could say something and it could be misinterpreted for something else, and then that could be the end of my career based on how they misinterpreted it. Or, you know, because I have a friend who does therapy, and he's been misinterpreted already and had complaints filed against him. And it's like, you know, if you get a complaint filed against you, it could stick to your record. So it's like, now if you got something stuck to your record, when people look you up to be your therapist, they're like, oh man, there's something on his record, you know? And so I actually posed this question to him. I was like, this is back to the like approaching things from a open understanding standpoint. I asked him, I said, so I want to do therapy this way. I want to do therapy where it's kind of off the cuff, but that leads me to these weird boundaries of miscommunication. So I was like, what if I record every conversation we have? Like I say, hey, before we do our therapy, I give them a stack or even just one page of consent. And it says, hey, I will be audio recording all of our conversations for the safety of you and for the safety of me, right? And I said that to him, and he's been doing it for like 20 years. So he was like, I don't know, man. You know, like he doesn't like that idea, you know? And it's like, nah, we have to protect everyone in the case, you know? Because if I did say something wrong, well, let's look at the recording. And if I did, okay, let me fix that, versus hearsay and then me having this like enrooted like entitlement to think, no, I've done therapy right. How dare you say I did something wrong? But then we go through and I did say something, and then it's like, oh, that's on me, you know? So it's like, let's record for both of our protection, you know?
All right.
Real shit. I like that one. That was good. Yeah, because I've been thinking about that, because I want to record. I think that, because I want to do therapy like in really obscure places, like let's say you're an alcoholic, and like you at 12:50 p.m. every day you're in your favorite dive bar and you're drinking your favorite IPA, and that's when you're the most comfortable. You've been conditioned to feel like that. So it's like, okay, bro, well, my only hours of availability is between 12 and 2 o'clock. So you could put yourself in this stressful environment of being in my office when you really feel comfortable in a bar, or I could meet you in the bar and get the most out of you therapeutically, because you're comfortable, you know, like you're in your most comfortable state. So it's like, you're going to tell me more. You're going to be more open and honest with me, because you don't feel like you're cramped and you feel like you're free. So it's like, I want to meet people where they're at so they feel free to communicate, you know? So I feel like recording is gonna help keep it professional, even though it's not in a professional setting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got some ideas, man. I want to do psychology like in some cool places. Like I would love to do it to like a billionaire. Let's say like a billionaire. He travels all the time. He's like, yo, man, can you like ride on my private jet with me and just like we kick it the whole time we're on the jet? I'm like, yeah, dude. I mean, for sure. I'll be your private jet therapist. You know, like that'd be cool. I want to be a private jet therapist. I want to be a trailer park therapist. I want to do therapy in a tank. You know what I mean?
Ooh, what about a submarine?
Submarine therapy. Come on, yo. That'd be cool as hell.
Go hiking in a cave.
Oh my God! That's what I love about Oregon. It opened my mind to even doing therapy like that too, like going hiking. Like, you know, I would have never thought to do that if I just lived on the East Coast, because hiking's not the biggest thing for us out there. So it's like doing hiking here is so regular. It's like, oh, of course I will hike and do therapy with you too, because some would say when you hike, that is therapy. You know?
Yeah, it's shown that walking in nature or walking next to trees specifically is like very beneficial for mental health. It sort of lifts your mood.
That's what I'm saying. So like why would I just like box myself into just a professional office when I have all of this nature to take people to? Like, bro, we could go hiking, we could go to the beach and just have our hands in our pockets and just like talk about like, you know, how life's going. Like therapy needs to adapt, because if it doesn't, then we're gonna get swept up with AI too. Like everything's gonna sweep us in together. So we gotta move. Because if therapy is just like sitting in a room being boring, mundane, asking you the same boring questions and not really like expounding on therapy, then it'd be easy as heck for why not just talk? Why not just do Zoom meeting therapy? Okay, well then why not just talk to AI who knows how to answer these questions perfectly? You know, like you insert your diagnosis in the AI, and then the AI speaks to you as if you have that wow. And the AI speaks to you as if you have that diagnosis, and then they train their conversation on how to properly approach people, and then you're therapy. It's AI therapy, easy. So it's like that's why we need to do other stuff like meet you where you are. Because AI can't do that yet. They can't come to the dive bar and shake your hand and like take you know, maybe drink a beer with you. I don't know. They can't do that yet.
Do you really think AI can substitute for like the relationship that you develop with a client over time, and like getting to know them over time and their family history and all of these like experiences that are unique to them? And like even if you see them for like a year, you see them develop.
Yes.
Right? You think that AI can replicate all of those?
Yes, that
adaptations.
That particular thing that you're saying, yes, because AI does it now. Like people have their periods set up to their phone. Like their phone knows when they're gonna have a period. Their phone knows all their search history, so they can already kind of talk to you in a way. You just put a voice behind that, and then easy. Are you kidding? And then they have it in the house, so they know what you like to eat. Like they know you. They know you better than a therapist. But the thing is, meeting you in these vulnerable positions is the thing that at least keeps it level. It levels the playing field, you know? Because yeah, AI's doing that now. People are more friendly with their phone than they are with humans.
When people eat by themselves at a restaurant or a food court, or even like at a park, they don't just hang out and watch the scenery. They have to look at their phone to make it look like they're socially busy. But or it's like kind of the opposite. Yeah,
or they're like having fun at a spot. Right. Or they're having fun at a spot and they don't even see the things. They're seeing through the thing to the thing.
I mean, it reminds me of like videos of people, like celebrities who have to walk past their famous exes, and they're like scrolling on their phone furiously as they walk.
They have videos of that?
Or like they're talking on their phone, but it looks like they're on their
it's lit up
page.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like where does that impulse come from? Why can't people just not care in the moment and not have to look like they're, you know, like occupied or like unavailable almost? Like too cool.
The elephant is heavy. The elephant is heavy. It's so heavy that you don't want to lift it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's way too heavy. We're just gonna walk around that thing is too big to move. It's like, heck no. How can I just squeeze through on the wall?
If you ever got famous as an actor or comedian, or an interviewer, like how would that impact your career as a therapist or your practice?
It's going to impact it because like as a comedian, you're going to say things that people like and don't like. So there's going to be a large pool of people who won't even accept me as a therapist because of what they've heard of me and what they've heard I've said. I have to accept that. But again, that's what's going to make me more human. So you know what I'm saying? Like the people who still mess with me after they know who I am are going to know what it is. Like they're going to be like, this is a human person who has human emotions and makes human mistakes and human decisions that are approved by everyone. Like this is a full human. I can talk to this human because he's a human and I can feel comfortable. So I'm going to deal with humans. Like that's, even with comedy, I like humans. Like I like human people who understand that people say dumb things and that's a part of life and we move on from it. Like, so that's how I want my therapy to be. I want my life to be indicative of my professional life. It's like, you know, of course I'm not going to come to the therapy session and like telling jokes and stuff, but I will be like, there will always be, I think humor is a good form of healing. I think humor allows people to explore traumas that they may have been scared to explore because they figured out a way to make it funny. They're like, ooh, it's funny now. Now I can kind of deal with it a little bit better. So, I mean, I think even when I'm doing therapy, I'll probably be a little funny. I'm sure there might be a laughter in our session at some point, you know, but it won't be to the point where I'm trying to promote it. Like even now, people like I try to keep things separate. Like I'm in school, I'm in class, and they're talking about the military, and I'm not telling them that I'm in the military because I don't, you know, I like everything to be where it's at for what it is. You know, now if my client just finds out I'm a comedian, then sure we could talk about it, but I'm not just gonna like, you know, I'm not gonna lead with that.
Do you think aliens are real? And if so, do they need therapy?
Yes, humans are real, and yes, humans do need therapy. Yes.
Aliens.
Humans are aliens. Humans are aliens. We've been to another planet, we've collected data, and then we brought it back to the United States, to the world. So we've collected. We were unidentified flying objects on another planet and collected info and brought it back. So once we did that, we're aliens.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience or a supernatural experience that you couldn't explain?
That I can explain? I mean, if you count God and the universe as an explanation, then yes. But if we had to take those things off the table, I don't think, I mean, maybe I could break it down like logistically, like, oh, this happened because this, and they were too tired and I made them laugh and so they didn't kill me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could do that, but like, you know, there's so many of those instances that I think that's the part that I can't explain, you know? It's like, why does it happen so many times other than just like, I put love in the universe, you know?
Have you seen a ghost?
Maybe. Like I've looked in the mirror and seen my grandfather one time, like fully, like, you know, like fully for like a little quick second. And I was like, was taken aback by it. And outside of that, no, because I go to graveyards. I try to see ghosts sometimes. Like